Yeah, so Nerve Health Institute is my clinic, and I've been working on just thousands of patients for all these years. We've been very blessed to be able to help people in so many ways. We do it. We help our patients in methods that I've innovated, and I've used other technologies that other people have, and I've meshed it into what I call the top three ingredients in the human body. So, which is oxygen. If you look at, if you go down to cells, right? I'm like a visual person, so this is a perfect cell. It's a perfectly healthy cell. We have about 30 trillion cells in the human body, and this cell right here, the number one ingredient, or 65% of this cell should be oxygen gas. So unfortunately, we don't breathe enough. We don't know what we're breathing anymore. So over time, these cells get low in oxygen and they get sick and they start looking like this, right?
Hmm.
Um, kind of reflected, and then even worse, they start looking like this. This is a dying cell. So
Yeah.
basically, the more of those unhealthy and dying cells you get, the sicker that part of your body becomes, and you end up having issues. So not only do we focus on the oxygen component, we focus on the water component because every person should be about at least 60% water, and the quality of water matters as well. And then the other component would be light energy. So we have a technique where we focus, the brain is your power company, and literally your brain is hardwired to 30 trillion houses. It's crazy to think about that. So we have methods here where we actually test the nervous system. We figure out exactly which house is disconnected in your body and get power back,
Hmm.
which is truly amazing. So that Nerve Health Institute, we have patients coming to see us from everywhere with all kinds of conditions, and I didn't just want to stop helping them there. I had to invent things to help them at home to help them get better through the process. And so it turned into body chargers, right? So we wanted to not, and then there's patients that come to see us from out of state, from all over, but yet not everybody can afford to get here. Um,
Hmm.
so if they can't come to the Nerve Health Institute, whether it's time that constrained or money constrained, whatever the obstacle is for them getting here, we wanted to help people at home. And so um, about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, technology wasn't good enough for us to develop Body Chargers, which is our home portal to be able to help people at home. But now technology is there. And the technology we have in Body Chargers, you won't find with any other company online. You won't find, I promise you, unless they're going to start copying us, which is going to take a while, you won't find any of the innovations that we have within Body Chargers. And it's all designed. What's really cool about Body Chargers is we have health coaches
Hmm.
uh, and that are our trained health coaches, and some of our health coaches have just tremendous miracles that they've experienced. One of them had her niece had tremendous liver failure. We were able to completely reverse that. She's one of our health coaches as well.
Is that Joe? Is that Joe?
Well, Joe is the nurse. She's a registered nurse. She is one of our coaches. She had tremendous results. We're helping her daughter with diabetes. Um, uh, she's about overcome with that, which is crazy. It's amazing. Her niece also is going to be a coach with us. Like I mentioned, she had complete liver failure at 50 that we were able to totally reverse. And that sounds far-fetched for you out there, but it's not in our world. The body's totally capable of healing itself. So just got to do the right things. And then we have another one of our coaches. Her son was paralyzed after a virus at 8 years old, and we luckily they got him here, and we have him fully functional. So we see our whole family. So the coaches that we have. We have others that are coming to us and we're training, but they're very passionate about all that we do. They understand the methodology, and it's just really, like I said in the beginning, it's a really fun time to be able to take all this technology we have and get it to people at home so that they understand there are solutions to be able to help them at home.
Okay. And then obviously a lot of people have seen that you have the biomarker scans. I've got it here. So this is like what it looks like on the phone, but just run through me, in your words, like what does all this mean exactly?
So you want to be able to have some assessment of the body outside of just doing blood. And there's all types of scanning devices that look for problems in the human body. And one of the one of the interesting things, I'm 52, and if somebody would have told me 30 years ago that there would be a computer that would scan your car and tell you everything that's wrong with your car, I would have started busting out loud. I would have been like, "There's no way that's going to happen. There's no possible way. You're crazy, right?"
Yeah.
But now, I mean, they can check it remotely. I mean,
Yeah.
you could get an app on your phone that says your alternator's off on your car. I mean, it's crazy, right? So the same thing's out there for the human body, but a lot of the big pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know about this stuff.
Mhm.
This particular company that we use. We have a device that's more clinical. It's in our clinic, but they developed one that does like this, where it uses transdermal optical scanning. So literally, it uses all these biomarkers of your face, and it measures what it thinks is wrong. It uses heart rate variability, has all these different biomarkers, heart rate, obviously, stress, your skin tone, lymphatic drainage, digestive issues. I mean, it tries to pick up what it thinks is wrong. And if you go and research it, there's some really good research on the accuracy of it. Certainly, as with any scan, there's going to be maybe not perfect. Even with a blood scan, you're going to miss a ton of things in the body. Or blood test, you're going to miss a ton of things. With MRI, you're going to miss a ton of things.
Mhm.
But with this scan, it's nice because it's kind of picking up what the other scans maybe are not picking up. And then it just gives you some areas where you can say, oh my goodness, I didn't feel right here, and then oh well, it matches. My digestion is not right, or my heart rate doesn't feel right. It'll give you indicators in this scan, and it's very quick. It's only 30 seconds, so it's a very easy scan to do.
So do the results go to you then in the clinic from
Um,
each client?
Yes, so we are able to see those. My staff members a lot of times will look at them. Our coaches, we want our coaches to have results there as well. So our coaches can actually see results, and then we can help them navigate through problems that they may have, with people that they're working with.
Yeah. So it's all about the stats, like anything in life. You the client gets the scan on their face, you get their data, and then if they follow your programs or improve their lifestyle, hopefully the stats will get better.
Yes, and I want to make this clear, like this, you're never going to have a perfect scan. There's always going to be something wrong in the human body. It's impossible. Literally, it's impossible for your body, your brain. Just think about your brain, for instance. It's impossible for your brain to stay 100% powered up to 30 trillion cells. There's too much interference in today's
Yeah.
world. So everybody has something wrong. You just don't want a lot of things wrong, right? And you want to judge the way you feel. It's obvious. You don't need it. You don't even need a scan if you feel fantastic.
Hmm.
Um, Chances are maybe you don't have anything wrong. But this is nice because it points out even if you do think you feel great, maybe there's something you're missing.
Hmm. Okay. So it's it's a product you use in the clinic. You said it's part of the Zyto scan, and it's like the handheld, and this is like the portable one you can do from home.
Yep,
Is that right?
sure. It is, and we use it every day. We've been using it every day. I've written my own scan in the clinic that we use, and it measures real time what it thinks, what nerves are off in your body, and then what potential stressors knock those nerves off
Mhm.
real time. And we can show patients in the clinic before and afters. Like we can work on in other words, we'll do the scan. They'll do it every visit. Every visit they're coming in, they're doing that scan, and it pops up. It shows me on a computer what it thinks is wrong. Well, I'll go in and make some corrections to their
Yeah.
nervous system real time, which may not make sense to people out there, but that's what we are. We're like um, electrical engineers in the human body. I can go in, figure out exactly what cells are off,
Mhm.
turn the brain back onto those, or the cells back onto the brain, either one, get those to correct. and basically we can go rescan and it shows you everything that gets better real time.
Amazing. Amazing.
It's fun.
Oh, okay, well, that sounds really good for someone who's at home and they've had no luck getting them, even finding out what problem they've got. This is kind of like a game changer, definitely.
It definitely can be. And another thing too is even without our coaches, if you just have this scan, it can identify some things maybe you didn't think that were wrong with you that potentially are.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I didn't like on the scan when I scanned my skin age, it was kind of like my age was a lot more. I think it's like I'm 50, and I think it said I was like 55. Is that because of the poor lighting maybe, or the way it captured my face, or do I look 55 years old? I don't know.
The scan's not perfect, and certainly there could be a lot of different lighting that or situations with your face that can be more lit, less lit, but but there can be some error there with it. But you can always do other ones and look for trends with it, to see, hey, is it staying about the same or is it changing dramatically? But
Yeah.
but there are again, it's not a perfect scan, but it is just if you're going to do the scan out there, make sure that you have good lighting on your face, right? If you do it in a dark room where there's not adequate lighting, you may get some erroneous results. So
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
hope that.
Perfect. So the next thing I've been talking to clients about is the school. So this is basically the school platform. So when they log on, this is the first thing they're going to see is your kind of welcoming video, and then we have the testimonials at the bottom from clients who are using the devices and the coaching. And yeah, so when they go into the classroom, um, they have all these courses. Obviously, these are all paid courses, and this is kind of like your health secrets course. This is like a must. Everyone should have this at home, and then it goes on to the cell sparking program. Um, and then you've got here the community where you're uploading all this information, which is really good. About, there's one here asking me any health related questions. So when you say ask me any health related questions, what does that actually mean? Can it be anything about health?
We want this community. I th- to be real clear with people, we wanted to help everybody with this, and regardless of your financial background, I want to be able to help every person. So, can if you come into this community, we want as many people as we can in this community to be sharing information. So we want people to help people. And we all are going to see this. All of our coaches are in this community. And there's so many people joining the community starting where we are now. We want, number one, people can go there, ask questions, and we'll do our best. Can we give you all of our information? We won't be able to give you all of our information, but we will give you general answers as much as possible and steer you in the right direction because I
Mhm.
feel like people are I can't even describe it, but it's rabbit hole, right? So like if you get online and you search, you have fibromyalgia and you search, there are so many people trying to sell you stuff that you don't know what to do, right? If you have multiple sclerosis, they don't know what to do. They don't know who to turn to. They don't know who to trust. We want a warm environment. We want people to come into this community and feel very comfortable. If you want to pick some of our other options that cost money, that are time and education, it's like literally going to school. So you want to think of this community is a an entry point and you could stay in that level for the rest however long you want and you'll get answers out of other people responding and us giving answers, that sort of stuff. But it's almost like there's another language that we offer that people need to know about, but it
Mhm.
takes a while. That's why we have it in the courses, so that you have to learn the new language, because this is stuff we've been developing now for 27 years.
Yeah, so as a body charger advisor, I'm telling everyone that the must thing they should do is download this Yuka app, and then like just for myself, I've found that. bad surprises of food I was eating thinking it was healthy and it was like 0 out of 100, and then you click on the reasons why and it's all the additives. Um, you know, these are like the must downloads, isn't it, really? It's kind of be able to ask you questions. Then you've got the Euchre app to download. And then we've got these weekly Q&As. And then you've brought out an e-booklet as well.
Yes.
So that's $10. What do they get for the e-booklet? I mean, it's 27-page book. It's it's quite small, brief, but there's a lot of information there, I would imagine.
We're trying our best to get the material centered for you. And with specifically just talking on autoimmune conditions, the way I look at autoimmune is pretty radically different than everybody else. So in this book, we kind of cover what we do, what my belief system with autoimmune, and then we cover some solutions in the book, even in 27 pages. And there's a lot of visuals you can see. And I'll just give you, you'll see stuff like this, like we talked about earlier.
Hmm.
This beautifully healthy cell right here, right? So none of us are even born with all these cells perfect. We all have genetic defects, some more than others. And then,
Yeah.
as you start living life, you got all this interference, stressors that can mess up your cells, and it starts turning them into these.
Hmm.
Well, the more unhealthy and dying cells you have in your body, then these healthy cells over here start saying, "Oh my goodness," and they get scared, right? So they go into protection mode and they start actually knocking out some of these bad cells, right? Because they don't want these over here to take over these.
Yeah.
Um, it's not really your immune system having problems, and you don't need to like suppress your immune system when you have autoimmune. It's
Hmm.
you need to get your cells that are unhealthy and dying healthier. So that's the gist of the book. But it's the more you'll get more details in the 27 pages. And we start out with little bits and we kind of work our way towards as you're going to go, go to like the health secrets would be the next course you want to
Hmm.
show them.
Yeah. Okay, so the health secrets is kind of like it's a must-have course in your opinion for
Yes.
anyone to learn.
It's so cool here. This course, how can I explain this? It for us here at the Nerve Health Institute, with me and my family, you can imagine over the years, all our patients having a particular condition, and maybe it's a headache, maybe it's sinus issues, maybe it's back pain, neck pain, could be some autoimmune type disorders. And there's common symptoms that people get. You want to have something rather than just going to a pill, just
Hmm.
popping a pill, because it honestly just band-aids the symptom and it doesn't fix why you got the headache in the first place. So with these particular health secrets, this is literally stuff we've developed for 27 years with our patients. And the like if you get a headache, I don't remember what the category is, maybe 5 or 6 different things you can do
Hmm.
um, that immediately will get rid of the headache oftentimes, like literally. And you may notice patterns. Like one time you may, have neck pain and you did something I recommended and that didn't work. And then maybe the next time you do one of the other things and it works completely. And maybe you have to do a mix of 2 or 3 different things
Hmm.
in there. These exercises don't really, it don't cost very much. I mean, it's little simple tricks that you
Yeah.
can do with even a vibrating toothbrush at home, and there's so much science into it, but the videos that I have kind of explain it on a general level,
Hmm.
and just it starts making people become their own mechanic. That's the best way I can describe it. So something goes wrong in your body, instead of just popping pills like Big Pharma wants you to do. We want you to actually be your own mechanic and do something to repair the cells that have gotten some disconnect.
Yeah, yeah, like for me, straight away the toothbrush for your sinuses, I mean that's like it also doesn't seem real. You know, like when you step into the medical world, it's almost like a joke seeing that you with a toothbrush there, and that's gonna help your sinuses. And this is probably like another question Q&A to go into detail. But how did you discover all these type of techniques? You know, did you learn this from yourself, or how did you learn?
Thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. I can't even tell you of grinding over patience. You know, like let's say I'd have I'll start with my wife because she was a just in the sinuses, she was a major motivator.
Hmm.
We've been married for a long time and we have three children. It's so awesome. But when we first got married, she would have sinus infections. Um, at least three per year, and she would be on antibiotics at least three times. She had her tonsils removed when she was like 20, 21 years old.
Right.
I mean, just chronic sinus issues. I remember every morning she'd wake up really stuffy, and so I would just even when we first started dating, I was still at LSU. I hadn't even gone to chiropractic school yet, and my brain was always thinking, how can I help her? You know, it's your spouse, and just how can I help? But then once I got through chiropractic school and we started doing some more advanced things outside of that, I will never forget the morning she woke up with no more sinus issues. It's been
Amazing.
years now.
Really?
And she wakes up completely clear. Now, keep in mind, I didn't do just, it wasn't just like overnight I developed this stuff. So it took a while. And I, at the same time, not only having my wife, I had all these patients,
Yeah.
to and it's like you're trying to figure out, well, how can I get that person to help themselves? So I can't be there with them 24/7, right? So what can I do to teach them? It's going to be easy. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
help connect the brain to cells. And
Hmm.
something that we started, we noticed patterns, right? We're scientists here, and we notice patterns of, hey, man, we did this, and I have patients. I mean, I had a patient this week. It's so neat where it's starting to be generational, where I see the dad and the mom, and we teach the dad and the mom a lot of these things. Well, then the son is a patient. Well,
Yeah.
he's got a son now, and the son the other day had a runny nose and didn't know, and the son grabbed a toothbrush and put it here without even asking the dad, and literally fixed himself.
Amazing.
So that's the kinds of stuff that we're looking to do is change the mentality that people have. There's so many different routes outside